Boom! It was time for a change. Last night we swapped out our original style JA11 wheels and tires and threw on these steely rims with all-terrain tires. These are our original Jimny JA11 wheels and tires. I really like the styling of these. Cool 5-star spoke pattern here. These are 16 by 5.5, so a little bit larger diameter, but also way skinnier than anything you would normally find on a Samurai. They're cool, I like them, but really just needed something with a little more offset than what these original Jimny wheels were giving us. So it was time to pull these off before we started to damage them too much and make them worthless. So we went with something with a little more offset, a little bit wider, and a little bit more rubber. We replaced those with these steelies from, I think, US Wheel Co. I don't totally know. A 15-inch diameter, 7-inch wide. These are 30 by 9.5-inch Falken Wildpeak AT3s. Now, if you're running a severely underpowered vehicle like a Jimny or a Samurai, one thing I'd point out is the weight of your wheels and your tires does matter. Now, our Jimny wheels here, these things are super light. You can almost throw this like a Frisbee if you wanted to. Whereas here, we have these steelies. They're not the heaviest, but I'm definitely not throwing these like a Frisbee. It's definitely gonna be a little bit more work for our drivetrain to spin these tires, but overall, I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of power to achieve the look we're going for. These look cool. I think they're gonna work pretty good, and I'm excited to go play. All right, so right now we have one original JA11 wheel and one of our new steelies here. I know it's per country regulations, but the tire ends where the body line ends. If anything, the wheel and tires are inset inside of the body. There's not even fenders, so there's like literally no offset whatsoever. With our new setup on this side, they're not super wide. They don't have a ton of offset like I was hoping for, but we're at least getting a nice little bit of poke here. In my opinion, it just looks way better, and it's kind of the vibe I'm going for here. A couple other recent changes that we've made. We pulled off our roof rack, threw on these Explore glazing gold wing windows. We made a video about those. Switched out our steering wheel with one that doesn't have a lot of sun damage. Added a little Momo horn button here. Our old driver's seat was pretty worn out, so we added this universal bucket seat, I guess you'd call it. It's a fixed back, but it was thankfully able to bolt up to our tracks pretty easily, so it'll still slide back and forth. Under the hood, we have this RPM blow-off valve. It's a side-by-side blow-off valve. The sizing of the inlet and outlet worked pretty good. The only issue I keep having is we keep blowing off this hose. As you can see, it's literally about to blow off again, so I need to tighten that guy down a lot. Other than that, we've just done a lot of maintenance. I've tried to replace every piece of rubber that we have on this thing. You know, I've done all of our major hoses, all of our vacuum lines. We still have a vacuum leak somewhere, but a lot of the main service items are done. We've got a new battery. We've done a radiator fluid, we've done an oil change. We've also done plugs and wires, stuff like that. And not to mention, one of the best parts about the new setup, take this original hubcap, and we have a perfect fit. Now it's a little windy, the lighting's pretty rough, but we've got this hill here, and we're gonna use this as our experiment to see how our old tires handle versus our new tires. It's not that crazy, but it's a pretty good distance. It's a gradual uphill, very loose, lots of little rocks. And just so that we have a somewhat even playing field, we're gonna check our tire pressure, 14, 15 pounds. So then after we swap tires and we try it with our other tires, we'll put those at 15, just so that we have more of an accurate representation. didn't make it, didn't really even come close, which is kind of a bummer because now we gotta hike all the way back up there to get our camera. Let's get some other tires on here. Let's try again tomorrow. Let's see if we can handle it then. All right, we are back for redemption. Now, if you were paying attention in the other video, my front tires were definitely not spinning. Admittedly, I spent a little bit too much time in the sun yesterday. I definitely forgot to lock my front hubs before we gave this hill a go, and that's why we were only hitting it in two-wheel drive. We were making it about halfway, which I thought we should have made it a lot further. Our tires have the same tire pressure, and since we did it in two-wheel drive yesterday, we're gonna give it an honest go in two-wheel drive today, see what happens, and if that doesn't work, we'll hit it in four-wheel drive, and I think once we hit it in four-wheel drive, I think we'll be all right. Alright, it's not happening in two-wheel drive. Doesn't matter what tires we have, two-wheel drive is not the answer. Hubs locked, 4 low, let's go. Definitely much easier. Here are my final thoughts on our new wheel tire setup. Other than our failed science experiment with our failed two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive little issue, today was definitely a huge win with our wheel tire upgrade. Awesome to have a little more ground clearance. These are only 30s, our old tires were like 29s or 28s, but we did get a tiny bit more ground clearance out of these things. It'll help us in some of these deep ruts and keeping our diffs off some of these smaller rocks. But the big win is that this thing definitely rides a lot smoother with a little bit more rubber underneath it. That little bit of width is definitely making a big difference in soaking up some of these smaller rocks and bumps that we're just normally encountering on the road. I know these tires are still super small, but for now it was exactly what we were looking for. Anything can happen in the future, so we'll see where we end up. Thanks for watching our videos. We'll see you on the next one.